Shit! You ever been just sitting around thinking about life? Thinking about what you've done out there on the run? Thinking about how you'd like to tell the whole world? Oh, no! Yay! Yes, yes, yes. We all clap for ourselves here on KWJUDAS. This is probably the third, maybe fourth functional show that we've had in our new series that we've been trying to launch here this summer. And we have one way only. Coming down from Salt Lake.
Yes, Salt Lake City.
And
K-Town.
You guys have known each other for quite some time.
Too long.
Too effing long.
Too effing long.
We're like 5 minutes into it, and I already almost effed up.
Well, we've known each other since high school, most of us. These guys knew each other. Mike and Jamie knew each other in high school, and me and Pat knew each other in high school, and we were about, 2 years ahead? 3 years ahead?
Yeah, there's about a 2-year difference.
Yeah.
So, you guys formed this band clear back in high school?
No.
Actually, no.
We're talking about Mike.
I started this band back in '92
Oh, really?
with a couple of different other guys, and I hadn't been talking to Mike for a while, and then just out of the blue, we met at a convenience store getting some beers, and started talking about he's playing drums again, and I went from playing guitar to bass, and I needed a drummer and brought him in, and then brought in the vocalist, and we had another guitar player for a little bit, and had to kick him out, and brought Jamie in, and did that for about 2 years. And
I wasn't even going to sing. That wasn't going to be the thing. I came down just to watch these guys, and they had another dude, a mutual friend of ours was going to sing, and these guys are putting together some good stuff. They had 3 or 4 really good songs already put together, and I'm sitting there looking at the lyrics, and the dude that was going to sing wouldn't get up to the mic. He would just kind of stand there, and so
He's mic shy.
he
Exactly.
wasn't going to do
So
it.
I asked him to get up there and see what he could do, and did that for about 2 years, and then we all decided to start raising families for a bit, and
Right.
got back together, about 2 years ago, and
2 years ago this month.
been banging it since.
So as far as
July?
the whole, I guess, timeline of that, I mean, you say you started the band in high school under
Well,
the same title?
No, not in high school, back in '92.
So,
I was in high school in the '80s, so.
right, okay.
Yeah, so
Did you guys still play music in high school?
I played guitar. Me and him actually started playing guitar together back in high school. So.
Oh, cool. And then, how long of a break did you guys take?
23 years.
23 years, I think.
22
years.
I think, if I
Damn.
Well, we were out in the desert playing, me and Pat. We were out there with our four-wheelers playing and getting drunk and having fun and sitting around the fire. And he shows me his phone. He's all, check this out. And it's Mikey and Jamie jamming to one of the old songs. And I recognized it straight off. I was like, that's One Way Only crap, man. Right on.
That's cool. And
They-
so,
they started begging us to, hey, come on down and jam. We're like, it's just a joke kind of thing.
Like, can we still do
We
it?
went down and said, hey, all right, so we'll just do it for fun as a hobby. And then we just said, okay, screw it. Let's get out and start playing some bars. And have some fun.
Yeah, why not? 22 years.
And the old stuff came together pretty quick because we just kind of remembered it all.
So is this all older material, or have you guys been writing new stuff?
all these songs were written back in the 90s.
Except one.
Except for one.
We
Except for
wrote
one.
Just
Right.
the end of last year.
Yeah.
That's cool. So it's only been, what, like 3 years since you've actually kind of reunited?
2. In July,
2
it's
years.
2. Yeah, 2 years.
Wow. What were you guys doing for 22 goddamn years?
Being married.
Married. So now none of you guys got families, no kids, no nothing, and you're like, hey, let's be in a band again.
My kids are grown up now.
Yeah. Empty nesters.
Empty nesters with the basement, nothing to do.
Well, I'm glad you guys at least found it within yourselves.
Well, we
to,
all
uh,
kind of, except for Jamie, we all kind of hung out even after the band was done. We, Pat and I
Right.
are best friends. I hate his guts, but we love each other. So, but
That's kind of how it goes.
and then Mikey, we would always party with Mikey through the years and stuff. But Jamie, he got lost. He came down here. He came down here to Provo.
He came down to Happy Valley.
Behind the
Got
Zion
a little,
curtain.
little changed on everybody. So.
Yeah,
Got
you get sucked into Happy Valley, and I don't know. You
I
just never
joined
come
the
back.
church.
Really?
Yeah.
Went through the temple with my wife.
And you're the one that smokes weed? No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot to be said about that, folks.
Haven't been there for 4 years.
Well, this would be a really good time to give a shout out to the fifth member of the band that's not here anymore. He left us, unfortunately, a couple months ago. He passed away, and he was our favorite fan.
And sound guy.
And he was our sound guy for us back in the day, and when we started again, he started coming around again. And so to little Brent, love you, guy. Sorry you're gone, but.
Well, I'll raise a
maybe
mug to that one.
What reminded me of that was, so I know this guy, this one-way only guitar player. I know him a certain way, which is back in the day, and then just 2 years ago, we got back together. But at our friend's funeral, this guy gets up and, oh my God, do that.
Do that thing you do.
Do that.
I got up and bared my testimony of the church.
Yeah, well, that's the way he was talking, though, man. It tripped me out. Brethren
something
and
about the
sister and
atonement, the
stuff.
whole atonement thing. I'm sitting there going, what? Where is this coming from?
I was
Holy
like,
crap.
I don't know that guy.
Come on, I know a lot about the Mormon church. It was a Mormon, a ceremony.
Thing.
So.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
I do too, believe it or not. I was seriously maybe a few months shy of going on a mission, and starting to wear their magic underwear and all that.
Wow.
I
The
didn't
Jesus
quite
jammies.
cross that bridge. I was almost there.
Wow.
And I think that was actually the breaking point. Where I was like, do I really want to start wearing Jesus jammies?
They're very comfortable.
They're
I've had some girlfriends that I've worn theirs.
And I hear
wouldn't
they're
mind,
fireproof.
they're all silky and stuff. I wouldn't
Right?
mind maybe boning a chick that was wearing them, but I don't want to wear them.
No,
They're
don't
not
knock it
that.
till-
They're not that sexy.
Don't
trust
knock
me.
it till you try it. It's fine.
They got
Maybe
that
if they
butt
came in
flap thing in the
black.
back.
Or pink.
Right?
The same.
How did we get on this subject? Oh, it was my fault. I did that.
Yeah, that was you, brother.
Let's go back to rock and roll.
Anyway, right?
All right, well, let's talk more rockin', huh? What's the name of this next tune you got?
The name of the next tune's called "Fall in Line." We actually, Jamie wrote the lyrics to it back in the day because he had just gotten out of jail.
Oxbow County Jail. I spent 40 straight days.
See, you're the conundrum.
Yeah, right.
He bears his testimony, and he just gets out of jail, and he's the only one that smokes weed for.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I like this guy.
Allegedly.
So let's have a next song. This is One Way Only. Thank you all for listening, KWJUDAS. And yeah, let's kick it.
Fall in line.
Fall in line.
in my own private cell. You keep me caged up just like a dog. Need a part every time I need. Can't reach that thing down inside. All alone inside, just like a fly in a jar. No respect and I want to be where you want to. Take it from me, everything I ever knew. My life is gone now. Got me running in circles, going out of my mind. This one-way feeling takes control all the time. Making you steal every night and every day. That's what you're living and I fall in line. You keep me up so I can't sleep. You're telling me everything you do. You make me wear these stupid clothes. You keep pushing me till I can't move. All alone inside, just like a fly in a jar. No respect and I want to be where you are. You've taken from me everything I ever knew. My life is gone now. Got me running in circles, going out of my mind. This one-way feeling takes control all the time. You take it, you steal every night and every day. That's what you're living and I fall in line. I know I have no right to say we would have liked to just put this off. But what is to become of me? I guess I'll rot here until I die. All alone inside, just like a fly in a jar. No respect and I want to be where you are. You've taken from me everything I ever knew. My life is gone now. Got me running in circles, going out of my mind. This one-way feeling takes control all the time. You take it, you steal every night and every day. That's what you're living and I fall in line. I'm in line now. I'm in line. Ah! Woo! Yeah, that song's all about being in prison, jail, whatever.
And you wrote it.
He wrote it.
Oh.
Jamie wrote it.
So how come you
I
don't want to
wrote
do
it.
the vocals,
But the only
man?
time I've been in jail has been down here.
How come you don't sing? Everyone just laughs.
I don't get a microphone. They say I
He's
sing
that
like
guy.
a dead cow.
He's that guy.
I think they're afraid you might bear your testimony.
I'm that guy.
No, man.
Right.
It's more like the bad fingers on the chalkboard sometimes.
By the way, Donovan, way to keep that one clean. That was
Right?
awesome.
You notice that? I did that.
That's how some bands get famous, you know? Just have that nails on the chalkboard kind of voice.
Yeah. I just
like-
make my guitar sing.
Look at Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, that's true.
Either you
Corrigan.
really love Billy
Yeah.
Corgan's voice
No.
or you really, really hate
Yeah,
it.
you either will hate it or hate
That's nails on the chalkboard.
Love
Some
it.
people like that sound.
it, right?
No, but that's cool. You say you've been in jail, though?
Yeah, I got thrown in jail down here, Provo.
Well, what'd you do, man?
Well, you're not supposed to jump railroad tracks in a truck while you're drunk. Yeah, it was a good time. We went, okay, so a buddy of mine, he was a roommate, actually. He had this four-wheel drive truck. It was pretty badass. Oh, sorry, I said ass. And we went up over Guardsman and back down into Midway and just got drunk to the bejesus, you know? Like, really drunk.
That's
like,
pretty drunk.
like
To
passed
the
out drunk,
bejesus.
but he got me in the truck, and we were able, and he was driving, and we decided we were going to go jump railroad tracks up there, and we jumped a lot of them. Like, there's a lot of railroad tracks up there.
Where was this? Midway?
Midway, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
you
then
can
we
just jump tracks. Who
and
cares?
I passed out, and we come down Provo Canyon, and he got pulled over in Pleasant Grove, and they like threw us in jail.
They
So
pulled
that's
you
what-
over in PG.
Yeah, and they
for
took us all the
jumping
way
railroad
back to
tracks
Provo.
in-
Well, he was not driving very well, evidently. He
So
was-
they was this like some kind of a high-speed chase? Or?
No, they caught us. So we got all the jumping all taken care of and done, and then we came down.
Right.
Then
You
then
gotta
we
get
came
that
down the
over with.
canyon. I passed out. I was assed out against the door, and so they pulled him over, and I didn't even know we were pulled over until this big cop opened the door and dropped me out on the ground.
You just
And then he picked me up and punched me in the face because he thought I was coming at him. I'm like, dude, I'm dead drunk, man. This is the 80s. They could do that stuff back then. And
So
so
they still do. They do it even more.
yeah, right? And so they took us to jail. They took us down here to the Provo jail. And I had to call my dad, and it was good times. That's really my best. That's the only thing I got for Provo.
That's still a pretty
Other
good
than
story,
City
though.
Limits is awesome. We love coming there.
Yeah, City Limits is right across from the police station, so it's close enough, right?
Right there.
I swear, those guys, like City Limits probably has an inside foot in the door, Like they got that cop guy who's always looking out for them.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Is he
good.
the guy that sits out in the parking lot?
Well, there's always going to be a cop.
There's
sitting on the
always that
parking
guy.
lot.
I was out there in the parking lot, and then I realized there was a cop about 5 feet away. I was like, oh, shit.
Because you are still right across the street from the police station.
Yeah.
I've actually been rolled up a few times doing shenanigans in the back. And they were watching us from across the street in the parking lot. You know where that little taco shop is?
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't always a taco shop there. This time, there was a cop.
Well, all I remember from that back when I got was my dad was pissed, man. He come down and got me, and we went to go to the ATM to get more money to get my buddy out. And I'm standing at the soda fountain, filling up a soda at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I realized my feet were hurting. That's because I had the wrong shoes on. they
Random.
They gave me the wrong shoes, and I took them. That's the best part. My dad's all, "What do you mean you got the
Cops
wrong
just gave you
shoes?" Yeah, they just gave me a
some
random
other
pair of
person's shoes.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
cool.
So we're standing at the door over there. I don't know if you've been to jail over there, but we're standing at the door over there. They're
Yeah, I
passing
have.
shoes back and forth, asking me if those are the right ones. It wouldn't be, so go grab another pair. Finally, I found my shoes. So, yeah, that's the only time I've been arrested, and I don't think I'm going to do that kind of stuff again
Man,
and get caught.
what is it with authority figures and shoes?
I don't know, man.
Really? I lost my shoes at a Primus concert, and I went to talk to the security guys because I watched my shoe actually get thrown up on stage, and they put it inside. I think it was Tim Alexander who was playing. They put it inside his bass drum, inside the little hole they got here. And my cousin was like, "Dude, that was your shoe." And I'm like, "Yeah, I thought so." They put it in his fucking bass drum. And so I thought this was my ticket to actually get to meet the band. I go up to the security guys like, "I got to get my shoe." And they're like, no, everyone's clearing out. And I'm like, "But the drummer's got my shoe. I got to get back there." He's like, "You need a shoe?
That shoe.
Take a look at the..." Because this is at the big-ass show that they throw for X96 back when Primus headlined every one of them. Right. And I don't know if there's ever a show that more stuff gets thrown through the air through the whole damn show. I mean, I think that's why Cake got off the stage, is they got hit with a shoe.
Yeah, I'm still pissed at Piercy, Stephen Piercy. He asked for my hat. I was in the front row. Rat.
Who's
One
he
of the
with?
best shows,
Oh, Rat.
1989 or something. Like they were in their prime. And I had this Pink Floyd hat. It was the coolest freaking hat. And he's all, here. I'm all, what? So I give it to him. He puts it on. Awesome. This dude's wearing my hat. Stephen Piercy, the lead singer of Rat, one of my favorite bands, wearing my hat. You know what that bitch did, man? He threw that out in the audience to somebody else. And then I tried to get it back, and the dude's like, "Oh, I'll beat your ass." Guess I lost my hat.
What a dick.
I know, what a dick, right?
But at least you don't need a hat to walk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
They just told me to pick a random shoe off
Just take
the
some.
fairgrounds, which
Take
wasn't
somebody
very
else's
hard
shoe.
to find one. That's a
I'd
right.
have found the best
That's a
pair.
right. All right, there's a left. About my size.
Literally walking in someone else's shoes.
It's
That's
pretty
good.
queasty if you ask me. I mean, I would never do something like that now. I'm too much of a germaphobe.
Yeah.
I always have been, but back then it was just kind of like, oh, a shoe. which I later wound up throwing out the window on the way home. So let's have another song.
Well, let's see. I don't remember who wrote this one. I think I wrote the lyrics, but I don't remember where the riff came from. Was that you, Jamie? Oh, Mikey. So it's called...
The drummer
That's
wrote
freaking me
this
out.
one.
Yeah, it's called Long Time Coming, and it's basically self-explanatory.
All right, one way only on KWJUDAS.
Hey, a lot of hard work and a lot of hangovers. Every time we went downstairs, tried to get it together, but the time was never there. Now we do it a different way. Down on my world, and a long time coming. Won't stop until it's done. Been a long time coming. Road is rough and the nights are slow. Been a long time coming. Raising hell to do it no wrong. It's been a long time coming. Now we got our ground set, pushed it hard together. Through the pain and agony, plan ourselves forever. Got the town we waited for, pushing for a little more. Bring 'em down one by one. Been a long time coming. Don't stop until it's done. It's been a long time coming. Road is rough and the nights are slow. Been a long time coming. Won't stop until it's done. It's been a long time coming. Reaching to the sky now, deciding where we're going. Heading down that long, long road, just rock and rollin'. Gonna see a lot of faces and a lot of different places. Bring 'em down one by one. Been a long time coming. Won't stop until it's done. It's been a coming. Road is rough and the nights are slow. Been a long time coming. Raising hell to do it no wrong. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. A long time, just a long, long time. It's been a long time coming. A long time, just a long, long time. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time. That's not stage.
One way only here on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. Thank you all for listening. So, I'm reminded, since we were kind of talking about city limits, you guys are going to be playing there pretty soon.
That's That's right.
July 14th, and I believe that this show is scheduled to be broadcast July 6th.
Yeah.
So if you're listening right now, it better be July 6th, goddammit. Or else we did something wrong. Unless this is a rerun, of course, in which case, well, I'm glad you're still listening to KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo.
Nice.
This is 2018 currently when we are broadcasting and when you guys are going to be playing at City Limits. Unfortunately, we don't really know who else is going to be playing that night.
Everybody keeps
We've had
bailing
a
on
lot
us.
of
What's up with that?
fallout,
The crystal
failures.
clears. I'm, the
Yeah.
vapors.
we had a lot of bands that were going to be playing. And
Until they
all
found out we
flaked.
were coming, right?
Yeah, I believe we had King Diamond and Oasis was going to play
All
it.
right.
Anthrax.
Yeah. Hootie and the Blowfish, we had briefly agreed, and they heard One Way Only was playing, and they were like, "God damn, we don't want to get showed up."
No, man.
And Fish was like, "We play by ourselves." You know, when they heard that you guys were going to be opening, they're like, "Nah, that we don't share the stage with anyone." So you guys kind of cost me a Fish concert.
Bummer.
And
Bummer.
Neil Diamond.
We'd have come
Diamond,
to it anyway, even if we
or
didn't.
King Diamond.
King Diamond.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Neil
Neil
Diamond's
Diamond,
brother.
King Diamond, Neil Diamond.
But we're still going to have a good show, and we're still going to carry on. And even if we got to ask Jimmy Buffett,
that'd be fine.
Margaritaville,
Yeah.
here we come.
then it's still going to be a kick-ass time. So that is Saturday, July 14th. Doors at 8, music at 9. City Limits is located at 440 West Center Street in Provo. For anybody listening and would like to attend that show, it's only $5, and you must be 21 plus. And I have actually been talking to a lot of other kick-ass bands that hopefully confirm within the next day or two.
Great.
Yeah, last night at City Limits was pretty cool, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we want to come back." So I was
We
like,
know
"Hey,
the time.
you guys should come back in like a couple of weeks." I know it's kind of soon, but if you're down, the thing is, one of them came clear from Blanding.
Last night?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
That's dedication,
And
baby.
I didn't realize this until like we already had everything set up, and it was the night of the show, and they told me that they're driving like an hour past Moab,
To get back home.
and they're the headlining act.
Oh,
Wow.
that's dedication right there.
That's very
Yeah.
dedicated.
And at the night, and then the night they were all smiles and everything. It was still pretty cool.
That
They
better
made
be
$4
one fast van. I'm telling you, man. That thing's got to be turbocharged.
Unless they got a like a Rick and Morty, like a portal gun or something, you know.
Stargate.
That's kind of what I figured, because they were just a little too stoked to still be at City Limits at 1 a.m. when they got a 5-hour drive ahead of them, and they got paid maybe like $40.
Yeah, they'll just go in the back parking lot and open up the iris.
They got that DeLorean thing where they can just Marty. That's the only way that that's the only way to get around these days, especially if you live in Blanding, I would assume.
There's that word again, Marty.
Blanding.
Heavy.
Do they really have music down in Blanding? Is that
That was the biggest surprise, right? That
Blanding.
there's actually a band from there at all, and they were pretty good too. They're called Phaedrus, if you care. But anyways, hopefully we can get them on, and I've asked a couple of bands as well. Either way, everybody listening tonight should be there at City Limits next weekend, July 14th.
Absolutely.
It's a Saturday. What else you got to do?
We have our CD. If anybody's ever heard of a compact disc, we have that.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
those
get your
were a
very
thing
own.
for a while.
Yeah.
Back,
Put it in your computer and burn it off and give it to all your friends. Don't worry about us. $5-10, whatever.
What sucks is even for the people that still care about CDs, you buy a computer and they don't even come with a CD drive anymore.
Right?
So even
Yeah.
if you do care, it's like, damn it. And then half the CDs I'll get are from local bands and underground bands who may not have the best quality press CDs.
Right.
And with these newer ones, you put a CD in there and it doesn't even register it. It doesn't
Right.
even get what's going on. It's just like, you're a CD drive. An external CD drive. You have one function you have to do, and you can't even do that.
Yeah, the days.
But it got your guys' CD.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
These guys were nice enough to drop a CD off at the city limits for me to take home and enjoy. And when I can figure it out, add to the Free Radio Provo playlist.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're pretty proud of it. We actually, when we got back together a couple of years ago, we weren't planning on doing that, doing a CD or anything. But it came together so fast and so good that we ran into a guy, Kurt Johnson, awesome sound guy, and he put it all together for us. So we're pretty proud of it.
Down
So
at
this is
Soundwave Studios.
Where was this?
Soundwave Studios,
In Salt Lake?
Salt Lake. He knows you.
Oh, shit. I mean,
He's the guitar player to Ariel.
Yeah, guitar player in Ariel.
oh, word.
Had his own studio for a long time. As soon as I brought you up, he's like, I know that guy. I think he's jammed down there. So
Yeah, I mean, I get around. I'm like a town bike, sort of. You guys know a lot of bands that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've mentioned already. The band on my shirt.
yeah,
And Sugar Bone. We actually recorded with Chris a little while ago. He's an interesting dude.
yeah, right.
and it's funny that I still see Sugar Bone's name around. And I'm like, there's that guy. He's another one that's never going to quit.
Yep.
And what else is funny is so many people I know have been in Sugar Bone, whether it was for a long or brief amount of time.
True.
We've even had a lot of people on this show who have been in that band for, however long it was. But yeah.
Should I try out for him just to, say I've been in Sugar Bone?
Sure.
Just to join the club.
Just to
Join him
the-
for a minute?
The Sugar Bone Club.
Maybe we all should. I'm sure if you called him, just be like, "Hey, dude, you need members?" He always is looking for somebody. I was wondering, on that note, you guys kind of. Did you ever hear of a band called Pennies for Beggars? It was about 10 years ago. These guys were kicking it, so you guys
Local?
might not have been back
Local here?
as a band. Yeah, they were from Provo.
Oh.
But I don't know. You just have kind of a similar sound and everything and whatnot. They were some really good friends of mine, and then their singer died.
Well, that's not
So,
cool.
yeah. But,
cool.
that's what happens, right?
Way to tell us that story, Downer, Debbie Downer. No,
Well, here, you got something more positive to say, man?
nothing. I got
You
nothing.
you already talked about your dead friend earlier,
I
so
know,
I
right?
just
I was
figured
the one. That was me.
there's a lot of death that goes on in KWJUDAS. Like, one of our first shows, that was, like, the main theme is, so what's the most fucked up thing you've watched on tour? And they actually watched, I think it was 2 people who accidentally set themselves on fire at a gas station in their own
Jeez.
car.
Not good.
And it was, you couldn't even tell if they did it on purpose or not, like if they were just on something and they did it on accident. We get a lot of interesting stories.
I'll bet that's
here on
something you only do
KWJUDAS.
once, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to say.
If you make it through
that,
that, you probably are like, I don't think I'm going to do that again.
you better do that right the first time. 'Cause
Yeah,
there is
right?
no repeating that.
We had a band member that did that.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he still lived, but they pulled the plug very
He looks
shortly
like
after.
Dr. Demento, kind of. You guys know who Dr. Demento is?
Of course.
I don't know anybody who doesn't know who Dr. Demento is.
Time for number 1.
Well, now that we've gotten all the death and gore and people burning out of the way,
Wait, there's one more.
How many fish have you guys punched?
There's one.
No, right?
What's the last one? We got one more.
I was going to say this last night, but they turned the mics off. But I just wanted to say, rest in peace, Vinnie Paul. Holy crap, that was a shocker.
Whoa!
I didn't know that- I
Whoa!
didn't know
What?
that- Yeah, Vinnie Paul passed away a couple days ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
How?
You
What
you didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Maybe I'm not on Facebook enough.
That's where I
It's
found
been
it.
on
I was like,
Facebook.
what?
I haven't
2
been on
days.
Facebook for like 2 days, man. Jesus, that's what happens. I'm off Facebook for 2 days, and Vinnie Paul fucking dies.
That's not cool.
Yeah, they don't know what the cause of death was yet. So
I guess I should never get off Facebook. I don't want any more rock stars.
just buy a separate computer just for Facebook.
Right.
Just leave it running 24/7.
Even when I'm gone.
Just exactly.
so everybody knows that I'm always there. How? So they didn't determine the cause of death? Huh. Well, damn, that's news to me. Right here on the air, right here on KWJUDAS. For those of you out there who also didn't know, Vinnie Paul is dead. He's with his brother. Yep. Well, you guys want to play a happy song now?
Yeah, this next song's pretty happy. Okay, so I gotta tell a story about this song. Back in the '90s, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a.
I was actually in jail when this happened.
Again?
Yeah.
I was watching. No,
Same
this is
time.
when I was in the jail and I was watching this happen. So.
But so there was this
Either at
white.
jail
There,
or church.
there was this white Bronco running around with Mr. O.J. Simpson in the back of it, and I remember watching it on TV, and I was like, "That dude's a total stalker, total stalker." He was guilty in my mind from right from the get-go. I'm like, that dude's, and of course it didn't work out that way, but that was where I was at, and so I started putting this song together. It's called "Stalker" before he was ever even convicted.
But it's about.
But
him
it's about-
specifically.
But he wasn't convicted.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, tried and,
The glove
and
never
exonerated.
fit.
So yeah, this was my interpretation of what was going on back then before he went to trial, because it was just such a crazy. I mean,
Well-
I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was
Oh,
like
I
the
remember it.
biggest, craziest, like the
I was
first.
still pretty young, but I definitely remember all that shit
Yeah,
going on.
that was like my first dose of like how bizarre the media can be, you know,
Yeah.
and so that's why I put it together.
Well, all right. What's the name of this one?
It's called Stalker.
Stalker by One Way Only. KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. Here I come! Oh, yeah! Ha! Have you ever wondered what it's like to be really freaked out? To feel a dark shadow on your back but out of sight, yeah. Can you hear my footsteps creeping up behind you close now? Paranoia's got you. You can run but you cannot hide, yeah. 'Cause I'm invisible, but I know where you are. I see what you do. Hey, I'm a nightmare you can't get. 'Cause I'm your stalker. I follow you tonight. Yeah, I'm your stalker. I got you in my sight. You know you can't hold you. How I feel unless you let me. You don't even know who I am, but I'm the one that you've been wanting. Yeah, you're afraid of me, but you don't have to be. I'm afraid that you won't see the thoughts that I have I could wait. 'Cause I'm your stalker. I'm waiting for you tonight. Yeah, I'm your stalker. Please don't put up a fight. Yeah, I'm your stalker. And don't you fight who I am. 'Cause I'm your stalker. I wanna show you I can. Hey!
If I get caught, something stalker, and they may hang me. Something stalker, yeah, I could die. Something stalker. Hey, hey, hey!
Oh, it's one way only here on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. We have a little over 15 minutes left. I know, it just seems like time
flies
when you're
so each one of
rocking
us
out.
have favorite songs that we do. That one is absolutely my most favorite song. It turns me into a different person.
Yeah, it turns you into a stalker.
Yeah, it really does. I start thinking, man, if I could get away with it, I mean, is that really a thing I could do?
So you just got to sing that song to yourself every time
I do.
you're creeping through your neighborhood
I
on
do.
your way home from work.
Usually on the train, dude. I'll get on the train and I'll be like looking at somebody. Oh, I got a story about the train, but I'm not going to tell it. But anyway, I will. I'll get on the train. I'll be like, I wonder if I could stalk that dude. I'll bet he wouldn't even know
thing
it.
you admit on public radio.
Well, you know, I'm a people watcher, and so sometimes you see people where you can tell that they have absolutely no situational awareness at all. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
Like the train could fly off the track and they wouldn't notice it, you know, they until they're laying in a pile of their own vomit or something, right? And so I do that. I will be like, I wonder if I could stalk that dude for a couple of days and he wouldn't ever even know. Right?
That sounds like most of the population of Tooele. I know. I live out in Tooele, so it's like, yeah, I see things out there that is just like, it leaves you going. half the time.
What are you
What
doing
in
to
the
Willa?
hell?
I mean, what do you do in Tooele? That sounds about right.
Well, you remember the motorhome off Christmas Vacation?
Oh yeah. Me and my family live in one. Yeah, we are the Eddie of the, you know.
It's fun stuff.
That's
at
an
least,
RV.
At least you got a place to play
That's
your
an
drums.
RV, Clark, not a motorhome.
Crapper's
No,
full.
see, this is the thing that sucks.
Crapper's
These guys can practice whenever they want. I have to go down to Jamie's house where my drum kit is to practice, and I don't ever get any practice time in. So I'm like, I'm kind of stuck in a rut right now.
I play his drum kit more than he does.
Yeah, see, exactly.
That's the thing about being a drummer. I mean, it's really, I don't even want to say twice the pain in the ass. It's like 5 times
yeah,
the
it's
pain
like
in the
5
ass.
times.
Yeah.
I mean, even
I mean,
just
I
to
could
have a
ta- I
place
could
to
take-
do it.
I could take sticks home and a practice pad, but it's not this.
Oh, no, hell no.
So
Anybody that has a drummer should consider themselves lucky.
You know, the other thing about drummers is their whole life is based around timing, right? That
Yeah.
dude has never been on time to anything. Ever.
No,
because
I
they
was
got
on
more
time
shit to pack
yesterday.
than you guys.
The last time we were at City Limits, I
actually
called him on the
showed up
phone at
first.
9:05, and I was like, "Dude, where'd you go?" He was across the street eating a burger, man. I'm like, "We're on 5 minutes ago."
Dude, it's because there's a good fucking burger joint just right across the street, and they close at like 9:30.
That is true.
You gotta get
That is
you gotta
true.
get in there right when you pull into city limits if you want food.
Yeah,
Get
and
your shit out of the car and be like, all right, I'm going to Tommy Burger, guys.
Yeah. He was.
I went over there after
He was
we
the smart
played.
one. He was the smart
Then
one.
we played the show, and then I got to eat my
Yeah,
burger.
and-
it
and
was
you
cold.
guys were
and
all
it was
real
still
jealous.
really, really, really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Tommy. Was that it, Tommy Burger? Yeah, those guys kicked
I
ass.
ended up over at that little Mexican place just right across the parking lot.
Yeah, the one we were talking about.
Yeah.
Where the cop usually.
That's where the
I
cops
was
hang
waiting
out.
for my food, and they're all dancing, playing Brazilian music, and I'm like, "Oh man, what did I get myself into?"
Those guys are cool. They sell
They
brain
were cool.
tacos.
They
and
were.
heart tacos
It was
and
actually good food.
intestines and
I was surprised.
yeah.
Nice.
They got all sorts of stuff that you would only eat on Halloween, but
Yeah,
you'd
the
never
gut
guess that it was
burrito.
Halloween food. I love that place.
Yeah.
If ever you're feeling adventurous, and they still do really well. You know, in the summertime they're open till like 11. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you guys play there again, we should all just
Jet over there and
run over to
eat some brains.
What's with the
and
crazy?
eat some brains.
That's
yeah.
right.
What's with the crazy shop about 2 doors
The
east
chicken,
of,
the big chicken.
No, past the chicken. What's
Oh.
that other little shop?
Oh yeah.
They
What
just
is that?
like having a big cock.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
Right
the
on.
one next
Why
to
else
the
would you
pawn
put that
shop.
out
Like a little, is it a little coffee shop or what is that?
Oh no, that place changes.
It's like hempy.
what it is a lot. I forget what it's like. Colossus or something.
Yeah, there you go.
like that.
Colosh. That's what it was.
I don't even know what a colossus is, but it sounds
Oh,
tasty.
look. It's not the ride at Lagoon.
They're just, they're just never open when I'm around. You know, I'm always there like after hours, so I have to go to Tommy Burger or the Brain Taco Shop,
Yum.
or
Tommy Burger.
you know, there's that Rocky Mountain drive-through on the other side,
That's
and
good.
they're open
That's
a
good.
half hour later than Tommy Burger.
That place is good.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
place kicks ass. They've got like a mushroom Swiss. Damn.
You said the M word. That's gross.
Oh, you don't like scubes, bro?
No, Mike don't likes. I've actually offered him shrooms, like real shrooms.
You know, mushrooms.
Of
from
course, the guy who
store.
goes to
He-
church.
he
is
turned
gonna
me
have the
down.
mushrooms.
I'm one of those people you could hold me hostage with a mushroom. You know, come at me with that thing. Here, give me your
I've
money, or I'll
seen-
make you eat this.
I've seen your mushrooms, dude. It's like sticks and stems and crap.
Hey, they're good stuff, man.
What if it was just
If there's
the
mushroom
spores?
shake, if there's mushroom shake,
Yeah, the
that's
shake.
That's what he gets in.
Yeah, just take the spores. You'll
Spores.
still have a good time.
Hey, they work. It's all that counts.
We know he's on
Oh.
him too because one eye's this way, the other one's that way. It's like-
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. It's been like 2 weeks.
when we come to band practice and,
A while.
and Jamie looks like Steve Buscemi, then you know he's been doing shrooms.
You know what's funny is I could see that. You know, I actually.
Halfway through the song, I'll just quit playing, and they'll be looking at me like, "What's up?" I'll be like, "Oh, I was done."
La La
I
Land.
thought it was over.
Oh,
I got there
man.
before you did.
Yeah, we already kind of talked about you know, smoking or drinking a little bit before you play. That's whatever. I mean, that's mandatory for some people. It's mandatory for most of my bands and bandmates. But when you are under the influence of a psychedelic and trying to play music,
It doesn't work out
It,
so
it
well.
could get
it
interesting.
can get really cool, but you don't want to do it for a show. That's the thing. I learned that the hard
No
way.
show, just the basement,
Just,
where the
uh,
cool lights are.
Only a few weeks ago, like I said, this was actually maybe a month ago when we played up in Ogden, and the Wizard just kind of showed up and obliged, and I was like, okay, this probably won't really kick in until after we're done playing, right? I mean, it usually takes a good hour for little papers, to kick in.
We call them stamps.
Yeah, little stamps. And I only took a little stamp right before we played. And yeah, that stamp.
It got interesting.
That
Next
stamp
thing you
kicked
know,
in a
you're-
little too quick.
Next thing you know, you're playing
Way too
Fleetwood
quick.
Mac songs. And
And I can't really remember exactly how
That's
things
when
went,
Jimi
but
Hendrix comes out and me.
he starts playing left-handed and stuff. It's kind of fun.
You just flip the guitar upside
Yeah.
down. I bet you could do it. I watched a guy sign his own name with his feet. If he could do that,
Then you can do that upside down
Wow.
for sure.
perception influenced.
One thing about Jamie, though, is he's on fire when we get on stage.
Yeah,
When
you
we're
probably
jamming-
don't need any help with the psychedelic.
When we're jamming
activity.
down in the room, every once in a while, he'll just, like, maybe go a little too far.
There is no too
then-
far.
and
It's
then-
rock and roll, man.
And we're all going one direction, and he's going a different. And he'll always look at us like, what? But when
Yeah,
we get on
that's-
stage, man, he's on fire.
That's a term that we call guitarded.
Guitarded, yeah, that's
I'm
pretty good.
sitting there playing Metallica, and they're looking at me like, "Dude, where are you going with that?"
The guitarist is always the one that'll just be going off, and everyone's just staring at him like, and he's like, "Oh, cool, everyone's looking at me," and they're like, "We're looking at you because we're waiting you to start the
We
fucking
want you
song."
to shut the hell up.
Yeah, when are you going to start the song?
And they're all just, yeah, everyone's looking at me, man. They watch me do this. Yeah, that's guitarded. Every guitarist does it. I even play guitar in one of my bands, and I'm not very good, but I get a guitar in my hands, and I get guitarded.
I get guitarded face too. Yeah.
Yeah, we call him the one-eyed Jack.
Especially after a few
You
beers.
could tell when he's in the zone because that one eye goes closed and he's just
You get the guitar
rolling
look.
through it, baby. Rolling through it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Watch out when I close that one eye.
That's when you know Jimi Hendrix is coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's coming out the other eye. Well, we got about 8 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear your song about you.
All right. Let's do it.
I mean, is there a story behind that, or you just really, really like those words?
There is a pretty good story.
It was
behind
actually, I had been playing this song since I was like 15. And
It just wasn't named.
I played in a thrash band, and they kept telling me, no, dude, that song isn't heavy enough. Because we're like Metallica, Megadeth. You know, this is the 80s. We're thrash. And so then when I started playing with these guys, I ripped it out one day, and they're like, dude, this is our song right here.
It really came natural, too, because I'd been joking around with Pat about, how do I put this without sounding strange, but we always had butt jokes.
Because you are strange, man.
Yeah, you're the
We
stalker
always had
guy.
butt jokes, and it was like,
Stalking,
dude, there's a
and now he's
sign.
talking about my butt, man.
There's a
What's up
sign
with
that says one way only right here on my back, so just don't quit talking about the butt jokes. It's one way only, right? And then when Jamie started doing the riff, that was just in my head. One way only. I get people singing that now. It's really cool. When we're out in the bars, I'll get it. By that last verse, I can be out there just making people sing it. So it worked well.
Well, yeah. One Way Only playing One Way Only on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. Thank you for listening.
Look there, but nothing's around me. All my life has been eating at night, falling dreams wasted away. All the people in my life telling me how to live. Now the road has turned and I'm headed the wrong way once again. One way only, over the edge of my looking man. One way only, taking in my legs as hard as they can. One way only, just one way. All the roads running again from the place I've always been. Found someone to show me the way that I said I'd never say. It was a person in my dream, once again staring right back at me. Looking up there, wondering deep, not me, lost in a mystery. One way only, over the edge and I'm not looking back. One way only.
Hey, kid, what's new?
Nothing much, Derpinschly guy. I just wait, hold on. Aren't you supposed to be telling me that? I mean, like, what's new from Derpinschly and try and sell me some ridiculous product or service that makes no sense?
Well, yeah, but can't I just check in my favorite little compadre and ask what's kicking every now and then?
Why would you do that?
Because I really do care.
No, you don't. You constantly harassing me. It's endless mental and emotional torment, always being haunted by some sadistic, relentless spokesperson who I'm pretty sure only I can hear. It's to the point where I'm seeing a therapist. They're telling all sorts of different pills on me, and none of them do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, young queef boy. That's why this next Derpinschly product is on the house.
What?
This one's on the house, dear boy. No purchase necessary, because Derpinschly really does care.
Wait, what is it?
Why, my boy, it's a tube sock full of dog shit.
What the hell, Derpinschly guy?
It's Doberman.
What am I supposed to...
You can hit people with it.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you!
Oh, nonsense. Brought to you by Derpinschly. And remember, if it doesn't say Derpin, it's not Derpinschly. We'd like to thank you for joining us for One Way Only on KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo. We now return you to our regular free radio programming.